Yo, what is good with y'all? Welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm gonna be talking about the best ways to make money inside of StreetLife Remastered. Now, as you can see, I got over $1 million in my bank account. Now, I didn't just get that just from sitting around and doing nothing. No, there are a lot of things that you can do in StreetLife to make all the money that I did right here. Now, I'll be going through a list of all the stuff that you can do, starting with the most easiest and most well-known things and moving my way through all the way to the hardest things that make you the most money at the end. Starting with the most easiest thing, you're going to have to go around the map and you're going to look for any car sitting down by the side. It's going to say to break the glass, and you're just going to hold down on it. And as soon as the glass breaks, you go ahead and you grab the money just like this. You hold on E right here, and boom, you just got $715 just from breaking into a car. Now that, my friends, was one of the easiest methods to make money. But as I go on through this list, you'll see that there are harder things you have to do, but they'll also make you way more. Now, I only got $700 just from doing that. But I'm going to show y'all there are way harder things that you can do that'll give you way more money. Now, if you really need money, which I hope you're not at this point, you can go ahead and you can find trash bags around the map that you can search for stuff for. Most of the time, you'll find nothing, actually. So I wouldn't even bother doing that one. You could just go ahead and skip right past that one. Now, this method right here, I really like. You pull up to a gas station and you go to talk to these dudes. You just hold up your gun, and he's going to give you everything in the register. Now, these registers can go up to $15,000, and there are 4 of them around the map. So, think about it. If you go around the map and you rob this register, that register, that register, and that register, you're going to have yourself a total of 60 grand. Yeah, you're going to be making a lot of money from doing that. Now, it's really easy to do. It's really quick to do. But it's still not the best money-making method because you got to wait for them to charge up with money over time. So sometimes you'll walk in and they'll already have been robbed and there'll be no money left to steal. The next method that I'm going to be talking about is the plant method. So you're going to go ahead and head over to your farm, right? Or if you haven't planted a plant, or if you don't know how to, you just pretty much go into the flip supplies, the farm. Okay, it's right here on the map. Okay, press M to open it. You're going to walk in there, buy some seeds and supplies, and then you're just going to walk into here. You're either going to stay downstairs wherever your plant is, or you're going to go upstairs. As you can see, mine is upstairs, and it's actually done. Now, I planted me a lemon plant, so let's see how much money it's going to give me. Oh, it gave me 100 grand from that. Oh my gosh, and 50 XP. That is insane. So it seems like the plant method, guys, is low-key one of the best ways to go. The next method that I'm going to be talking about to make money is by looting people. Now, this one is kind of like, it's kind of tricky because, look, you can't just go ahead, kill someone, and take all their guns just like that. You're going to need to buy a game pass called looting. And now that game pass, it is not cheap. Or, I mean, it kind of is, but if you're dirt broke on Robux, then you're not going to be able to buy it. So as you can see, it is 500 Robux. But it is also really good because you can go ahead and get yourself limited guns from people. Now, after you get all the guns from wiping them out, you're going to head over to the gun buyer, and you're going to go ahead and hold out the gun, and you're going to sell it. And it'll sell at a 50% markdown, but it'll still be kind of worth it. As you can see, he's located right here on the map. Just press M to open it, and now I'll be moving on to the next method. Alright, so y'all, the next method I'm going to be talking about, I'd be pretty surprised if you guys don't know about this one because it's actually one of the best ways to make money. I swear, if you open your phone, go to the economy app, you got this little crypto app right here. You can go ahead and buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, and buy Dogecoin. Now, this is actually the lowest I've ever seen Dogecoin at $25. So obviously I've stacked myself up with 100 of them, stacked myself up with 20 of the Bitcoins, and I don't know if I have any Ethereum. I guess I don't, but I'm gonna be waiting for the Ethereum to hit 100 or somewhere close to there before I buy it, and I'm gonna sell it at 1,000. And then for Bitcoin, you're going to want to wait for it to hit 1,000 because that's its lowest. And then you're going to wait for it to go up to somewhere close to 5,000. Moving on to the next method. Now, if you want to be a little more civilized and you don't want to go ahead and Swiss cheese a bunch of people, then just go ahead and work a job. Now, honestly, this is also really good just for leveling mostly. But if you want to go ahead and make some money, Frosty Flips here, the job, the ice cream one, it is honestly one of the best jobs you can work because you can make $1,000 in just 2 minutes. Working most jobs is not really going to be worth it, but working this job, I can tell you it is probably going to be somewhat worth it. Now, throughout all those methods, there's nothing I think is harder than the next method that I'm going to talk about. Now, if you go over to the gun buyer, which you have to be level 5 to do this one, you got to go inside, buy something called a pro pad, and then you're going to be able to steal people's cars just like that. Now, if you don't have a car and you want to go ahead and drive a car without getting the levels and the money, that's also another good thing that you can use that for. But a lot of people, they're going to take the pro pad, they're going to find anyone's cars, go up to it, hook it up, and then they're going to take the car over to this car chopper over here. You're going to head inside of this, okay? You're going to go inside, and you're going to hold E to chop the person's car. And it'll give you anywhere from 10 grand up to 30 grand or maybe more. I don't know how much it gives you. It gives you a lot, though. Now, this next money-making method, it's going to be one of the easiest methods that you can use to make money. Out of all of them, There is nothing easier than just sitting and doing nothing. Now, some of y'all may already know what I'm talking about, some of y'all may not. But if you go ahead inside of your apartments and then you go over here to your computer, okay, you open it up and you go ahead and you can buy these printers. They're so good. Okay, I'm gonna buy myself just a basic printer just to show y'all. And then you go ahead, take your printer, drop it on the ground, and now that thing is starting to print you money just like that. You don't even got to do nothing. It's just making you money just like that. Now the next method I'm going to be talking about, you want to make sure that you got yourself a duffel bag and a mask, because otherwise you will not be able to do some of the robberies. I'm going to be talking about just plain old regular robbery. You're going to go from place to place and just rob everywhere. Now, first place that I'm going to show to rob that I think is one of... What the f... As soon as you'll both get your C4 down, make sure you run away from that. Otherwise, it will blow up and it will kill you. Now, you want to jump in from the top. Okay, you want to grab everything that you see. Now, I don't think it matters what you grab. I just think it matters how much you grab. So you're going to want to grab as much as you possibly can. So I'm going to grab the Mona Lisa and these deer heads on the walls.
Oh my God. Oh, hell.
And you want to make sure that that specifically does not happen. Otherwise, that is bad. Now, the next thing you can rob is the bank, and if you don't know where that is on the map, it's just right here next to the car dealer. Go ahead and press M and click on it if you don't know where it's at. The bank is probably the worst robbery in my opinion because it only gives like 12,000 depending on your bag storage. But if you go ahead and you rob the jewelry store, that's actually one of the best robberies. And the reason why is because if you break these little glass things, you're going to be able to pick up 2 watches or 2 chains or something. And you're going to either be able to put it on like I have, or you're going to be able to go drop it off for some extra cash. Now, these watches can sell up to 30K, maybe even more. And with that aside, the next robbery I'm going to be talking about is the yacht. Now, if you don't know where the yacht is, I'm not surprised. Not a lot of people do. But it should be slightly obvious. Now, everyone knows that there's the pier, right? And if you go to the pier, which is right next to the merchant, like that's why I say everyone knows the pier, because you're always right here and you're staring at it. Now you just go straight down here and you go ahead, get a boat, and you go to the yacht, or you can just swim to it. And as you can see, I just got the notification that a truck spawned at the museum. That's actually the next method I wanted to talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get me a C4, because you need a C4 to be able to rob the truck. Otherwise, it won't let you. And I don't know, maybe you need a bag. You need to pick some stuff up sometimes. So you probably want to grab yourself a bag too. And I'm going to hope that nobody took the money from it, because this is a pretty feisty server. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did. And as I can see, they freaking did. They took the money. So I'm going to try and light them up, but I'm going to miss all my shots, and it's okay. Did they leave any loot for me? They did. So you're going to grab the loot from the back of the truck? Yes, sir. Now, this method is actually going to make you a pretty good amount of money compared to the other ones. But pretty much, you just got to shoot the front of it, and then it'll explode, and then you just go through the back of it, and then you go ahead and get your money. Now, once you got your money, you're going to want to locate yourself the loot buyer. And this is the same thing you're going to want to do for every robbery. You got to locate the loot buyer. Now, where the loot buyer is at on the map, he doesn't actually show. Oh, wait, never mind. Yes, he does. He shows right there in the bottom left. So you're going to head over to him, and then you're going to be able to drop off the loot, and then you'll be able to make yourself some good old dough. Well, there's that guy who took my loot from the truck. Oh, he's lighting up my friend. But anyways, sell your loot to the loot buyer, and you go ahead and make yourself some good old dough. I don't know why it looks like I'm pledging allegiance right now. That's insane. Is this the guy? While those are all the known methods right now, there's actually one other method that's a little more unknown. Now, if airdrops spawn throughout the map, they're gonna head... Oh. Anyways, guys, that was pretty much it. You can rob the truck, rob the museum, rob the bank, rob the jewelry store, rob the yacht, rob cars, rob garbage bags, hold up gas stations and whatnot. And you can also go ahead and find airdrops. That's another good way. You can sell people's guns, you can chop up their cars, and that's pretty much everything summarized at the end of the video. Now, if you liked it, if you found it useful, if you want to see more, do all that good stuff, and hit me with a like, hit me with a subscribe, hit me with a notification on. But anyways, guys, that was it. I'll see y'all in the next one.